that really it's research that really distinguishes clinical psychology from a lot of other mental health professions. And so, for example, therapists, master levels therapists or counselors or marriage and family therapists will not focus as heavily into research. And there is a component of psychology that is built into research. What is up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Phil Sarpon. This is Phil's Guide to PsyD. This channel is dedicated to all things psychology, wellness, and graduate school. Today, we're going to be talking about what are some of the things that you guys can do in high school and college to get ready for a clinical psychology career. There's a couple things that you guys can do, especially as you are preparing for this field. And I'm going to talk about 3 things that you can do right now, today, to get started and embark on your future career as a clinical psychologist. The first thing is that you want to see if you can shadow, call, or email a psychologist and have a conversation with them. I know you guys have burning questions that you are wanting to ask a clinician. It is so important to see if you can get in contact with some psychologists in your area. I would even encourage calling 10, 15, 20 people in your area to see who might hit you back up. Most likely, not everyone's going to hit you back up. And so it's really important to kind of take that into consideration. And so if you can find a psychologist in your area, or maybe even virtually that you can talk to, that you can have a phone conversation with, or sometimes you can just email your questions and they can reply back in an email as well. I think it's so important to kind of get those burning questions answered as quickly as possible so that you can figure out whether or not the field is for you. And so shadowing, calling, talking to a psychologist is super important. The second thing is going to be research experience. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can get research experience, and I've already done a few videos about that, whether talking to your professors or talking to current students, or maybe actually applying online to different companies and organizations that may have some research positions. The reason that that is so important is that that is going to help you to understand that really it's research that really distinguishes clinical psychology from a lot of other mental health professions. And so, for example, therapists, master levels therapists or counselors or marriage and family therapists will not focus as heavily into research. And there is a component of psychology that is built into research. Most likely you will have to complete a dissertation. Most likely you will be expected to have some publications after you graduate. And so it's really important, even if you don't see yourself going into research full time, to at least get some research experience. It'll make your life a lot easier when you can put it into your CV and you can actually apply to clinical psychology doctoral programs. And research will actually also open the door for you to start practicing your writing skills, because writing is such a foundational element of becoming a psychologist. Research experience will also help with that as well. And the third thing that you can do, whether in high school and college, is to see if you can join a psychology club. It is so important to get involved into a community of people who are like-minded like you and are also wanting to become either a therapist or a psychologist as well. You can network, you can make connections, and sometimes in those social clubs, they will have psychologists that will come in and do a presentation. And that way you can make some more connections with a professional there. And so I cannot say that enough, guys. That is such a powerful thing that you can do in terms of making those social connections. If you are applying for a clinical rotation or a practicum site or an internship site 5-6 years from now, and you've already made that connection with somebody else, that networking is so crucial. I don't know how many times I've heard students just randomly talk to someone years ago and then they end up in their practicum site or they end up in the job of the person that they talked to, right? And so networking is so key, and it also gives you that social support in terms of finding other students who are also interested in that field, who can also help you, whether it's with personal statements or letters of recommendations or with different advice about getting into graduate school. So those are the top three things that I would do to help you in whatever stage you are in terms of preparing for clinical psychology, or maybe even in a different graduate program to kind of help you to be more successful and to get you ready for this field. If you guys have any questions, please put it down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.